Good morning, or good day, or good evening, depending on when you're watching this. It's my morning though. I'm back at Orchestra Farm, and you might hear my voice is a little bit strained today. And as I was walking through the gates, it had me thinking of the idea of putting on a voice or a show just while you're moving around life. You know, you ever just go to town, you're doing some errands, and you see somebody, you maybe do or don't know them, and they say, "How are you?" And you're like, "I'm fine. I'm good. I'm great." Oh, there's a nice heron over there. Missed that shot. And really, that's not the thing. Or, you know, you go to work and you get all dressed up for it, and no matter what's actually going on in your life, you just kind of play it off like everything's good. You look at the plants that are growing, and maybe they're showing like the first sign of a deficiency, but you just think to yourself, they're fine. Like, I for one really need to get in here and do some weed whacking around all these berries so that my family can come and do some harvesting. I'm kind of excited about this right here. Let's see, are we seeing it yet? Yeah, this tall plant right here. It's a twin berry. I've never tried that yet. And the notion that, for me anyway, when I get home, that's a place I like to take off all the masks, all of the appearances, and attempt to relax, attempt to just be whoever I am, to have whatever feeling sense I'm experiencing. And, you know, as someone with a family, that's not actually always the reasonable thing to do. Sometimes there's like, you know, these 4 other people in the house that might easily prefer me to continue wearing my mask or have my "I'm good" face on. I tend to not do that by and large, because I actually want them to know me or whatever's going on with me. And, you know, that has its own versions of, let's call them consequences. It's a word we're introducing our 3-year-old to. And there's times when she realizes she is not all about that. And I don't think many of us are. You know, there is obviously consequences to all of our actions, positive or negative. And with that, there's times when it actually makes sense to, you know, put on a face or wear a mask. These are metaphorical, obviously. But seriously, if you're an ability to act, it is a form of a mask. And it's something that just about all of us do at some point or some places in our life. And sometimes that means that people or varying things don't really know us. I need to walk over this way today. Whereas I find it's important for my family to know me. And with that, I also find it's important to just, at times, apologize. Even when it's like, yep. And it's not that my behavior was particularly bad or whatever. It's just more, it is not necessarily what I want it to be. And so I think it's important to acknowledge that, like, you can have a bad day, you can feel down, you can, have a voice that's not up to par, and just say, I wanted to bring my A game today, but I'm giving my C- game right now, and sorry about that. I'm going to do my best to lift it up on the next moment. And I'm not even asking for a pass right now. I'm just stating it for a mutual acknowledgement so that we can ideally continue to grow together in a better way. And I think more people need examples of that kind of forthrightness and an apology that doesn't need someone to say, I forgive you. And recognize as a person, like, when somebody says something like that, and I'm speaking to my eldest daughter, you don't have to say, I forgive you, or it's okay. My opinion is the thing to say to that is, great, I'm looking forward to you living up to that. I'm looking forward to you bringing your A game. I believe in you. You can do it. Because if you say, like, it's no problem or don't worry about it, you're kind of giving that person a lot of space to just continue being like that. And my general opinion is that's not what we're looking for here. And taking personal responsibility for things like that, it doesn't mean that other people need to excuse it. And I think it's poor form when we do. So I'm not sure who needs to hear that today. Maybe it's just me. And I'm curious how you, in your own life, are able to acknowledge when you're not playing your own A game, when your masks are down, or you're not putting on appearances, or maybe you're not being your best self in those moments. And it's both. That's okay to be, and it's okay to aspire to be more. So, kind of curious what your thoughts are on all that. Thanks for watching these videos. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. I super appreciate that. Here on YouTube, that's awesome. And if you want to do me an extra favor, I got a link in the video description. It's for my Bandcamp page, bendingreads.bandcamp.com. And I would just love it if you went over there and clicked the follow button. You can also check out a bunch of my music. One of the things I'm going to do today, listen to my latest album that's just came back from getting mastered. Pretty excited to hear how that's sounding. It should sound a lot better than my voice today. And I'll be releasing that later on in the year, probably by summertime. A few more things to happen just to make sure everything is good to go on that. With that, thanks again for watching. Have too much fun.